Welcome everyone to round 7 for the OCE Racing League 1 this time. So if you're watching before, we had OCE Racing League 2 at round 7 at the Italian Grand Prix. Now it's time for the main event, Tier 1. So again, Jules here. Joining me today in the commentary box is Chris Mania. Are you there?
Hello.
How you doing?
Same as before.
Same as
Not
before?
been too long since the last race.
This is true. Did you get up to much in a little break or nah?
Just trying to catch my breath.
It was a hell of a show, wasn't it?
It was intense.
It
That
really,
ending was pretty great.
really was. And next, again, joining us in the commentary box again, Biggles, are you there?
I am here, sir.
How you going?
Good. Glad to be back. The company jet flew me here into Italy. Obviously, you flew you guys in earlier.
Yeah. I suppose it's called the Temple of Speed for a reason. You got from Panama straight to Italy very quickly.
Very fast jet, exactly, mate. And the chicken was delicious, by the way. So I do recommend everybody to have that. So
That's what you want. You want the chicken. But did you get a chance to watch Tier 2 Biggles at all? Nah.
no, I didn't, mate. I was sleeping on the flight.
Well,
So
I mean,
I have to check that. I'll definitely have to check that out later, right? It'll be up there on the Twitch feed and on the YouTube.
you
as
for
well.
sure will. It was one hell of a race. Literally left, right, and center. Dartax, Chris, and I, at every stage, we were watching a different battle just happening. It was crazy. It was a crazy race, but it was awesome to see.
Yeah, no doubt.
So we're looking to see if these Tier 1 drivers are going to produce the same results of the excitement that they did the Tier 2.
Honestly, if they even bring half the excitement that the Tier 2 did, then it's still going to be an absolutely amazing race. So it's going to be a great thing to see.
Excellent. Well, there's one man in there I know that I keep an eye on, and that's Mr. Dougie Falcons, and there's another one in there that I like to keep an eye on as well. There's Mr. Sir Joshi.
The two leaders of the championship, yeah. Unfortunately, Sex couldn't join us, so it's just a two-horse race at the moment. Sex is going to lose quite a bit of championship points.
Yeah, I hate it when Sex doesn't come to Monza.
Yeah.
It's disappointing.
So
Highly unusual.
Well, we do have Vanzi in here, I believe, again now. Now, I know that Vanzi's really been improving in some other leagues and stuff like that. Man, just started league racing, actually.
He put on a great show in the last race.
Yeah.
He really did. And it's safe to say that Vanzi could be on for another top finish if he...
No spoilers, guys. I haven't watched the race yet.
Oh, that's true. Good point.
He could be on for another finish.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. All right, finished. All right, that's not too much of a spoiler.
So, but we will see as we're on board with our Italian Malaysian, I should say, as he's taking it into Sector 1. At the end of Sector 1, what's he going to finish with? A 26.4. So not a bad Sector 1. Again, it's the opening lap. The track's still pretty green. These drivers now need to warm up the track as he's nice and tight with his angles, carrying the speed quite nicely. Not looking too bad. What's our bets on as is just invalidated?
Yeah,
unfortunately.
invalidation for sure.
So unfortunate for Piero because it was looking like a really decent lap. So unfortunate for him. As will be next passing? Who is that that's just gone past? I think it was Moggs. No.
Miggs?
It might be Miggs. You might be
No,
right.
I don't know.
No,
It could have been. I think it might have been Miggs.
White car. It's not confirmed. Could be basic Kiwi. Nope. Could be Guackle.
I'm trying to organize my telemetry so I can see who's where.
Well, we're on board with Barnes at the moment, so let's see what he can do this time as he's trying to pick up a little toe. As Big Jim crosses the line with a 120.3. That's not a bad opening lap, actually, because only a few drivers were into the 119s in Tier 2, so it's a good opening lap from Big Jim. And Barnes coming across the line with a 119.7, so about 5/10 quicker, 6/10 quicker than Big Jim. So not bad from Barnes.
Yeah, Vanzi off the bat, getting a good time in there. Yeah, Chris, I'm just reading off your screen here up in the commentary box. I think if you slap that D key as well, you can also scroll through that telemetry information in the game. As Moggsy goes a little faster than Vanzi, so yeah, these times are going to start coming down, obviously, as they're going to do their first laps.
Yeah, John Jane puts himself into third just now as we're on board with Ubiquitous Shadow. And window again. So now here is this we're seeing. So Peanuts again into the 1:19.7. Peanuts very good at Italy, as I think Shadow's invalidated his lap at some stage. So we're gonna have to move across to someone different. Joe also on a banker at the moment. Sets in a 57.5. Oh, he goes a little bit wide into the Sky chicane, puts him out of sorts for the following bit. It's going.
John Jake's got this on the medium tyres as well, so he's at that 120.1. That's interesting. Obviously, his tyres are going to tumble. His times are going to tumble down too much, so he's going to probably have to get out there and switch it up to softs. But gets a good feel out there for those mediums, and also saves you a set later on as well.
It really does. It really, really does. As Joe only 10th fastest, and I assume that mistake in the Sky chicane would have cost him a hell of a lot of time. James coming out now. Wackel still going around. Right on board with Wackel. Not a bad turnout for Tier 1 actually, with 17 drivers. Again, this league getting bigger and bigger every week in, week out. So attendance is going up, viewers are going up, which is great to see. Thank you for everyone watching. Thank you for all the drivers also for driving. So because it can't get any viewers with no drivers. So it's looking really good for OCE Racing League. Right now, Wackel holding nice and tight, heading into the Parabolica. Can he hold it? He does. Doesn't go too wide. Again, doesn't need to set something ridiculous, just needs to set a banker. Doesn't need to take everything, but it does put it on 20, so 120.7 puts him in 11th spot. So not too bad. So I think Dougie's, he has invalidated his lap, unfortunately, so Dougie, fortunately for him, is not going to be able to set a lap this time round.
Is he going to keep pushing on and try and go again? The soft will really take punishment.
Well, it looks like he's going to. Yeah, he is going to go for another one. So, and it would have been a 1:18.7, which would have been 5/10 ahead of Moggs.
Yeah.
So, I'm assuming he's got to have saved something, but I think he just wants a time on the board. So, and he's invalidated his lap again. So,
oh no,
there it goes. That's not good.
it's such an easy mistake to make.
Really is, as we are on board with James right now. A bit of a lock-up, as I think, Chris, you might need to re-invite Big Jim. A bit of a lock-up for James into turn 1. Takes a little bit of time out of him for turn 2. Holding it nice and steady. Yeah, 26.1. So he's looking a little bit quicker than majority of the drivers into sector 1. Can he hold it? He does, quite nicely too. Carrying that speed. What's our predictions, gentlemen? What do we think? Do we think another Dougie Falcon pole? I mean, because he hasn't had pole in the last 2 races, but
He's definitely still quick though. So if you can manage to get a lap together, I can't see it not being pole.
it's very true. Very, very true. Biggles,
Yeah.
what do you think? Biggles seems to...
He might be having problems.
I think so, potentially. So, James coming around Parabolica. What's his lap time going to be? Again, James has been enjoying Italy, the Temple of Speed at Monza. What's he going to put? A 1:19? It is a 1:19, 1:19.6. So, James sitting pretty in 2nd spot.
Yep, respectable time.
Very, very respectable. As Sir Josh is now in Sector 2, just about to finish Sector 2 now. With a 53.4. I don't know where that might put him. I don't think it'll put him in the top 5 at this point in time. It's now up to what his Sector 3 will be. Because we have a yellow flag in Sector 1, but I think that's just people slowing down for each other, which is really nice to see. Really respectable from the drivers, keeping out of each other's way. So Joshy coming around. Will he put it in the 1:19s? I think it might be. Oh, just out of 1:20.3. So not a bad lap from Sir Joshy, but it does put him in 9th, unfortunately. He needs to go a lot quicker than that if he's gonna stay in touch. So even John Jane quicker than him on the mediums. So Joshy does have a little bit of time to find. If we go on board, Basic Kiwi has invalidated his lap, so there goes that idea. Shadow begins his lap. Let's ride on board with Shadow. He's slowing down. I don't think he's going for a lap now.
Yeah.
John Jang. Hey, here we go. We got a driver that's on a lap. John Jang on the softs. He's going to see how fast he can go. Who is that? That's Basic Kiwi moving out of the way. He would say thank you. Ah, he's just invalidated it. Come on, guys. It's gonna be so close.
So easy to do.
Oh, Vans has lost it. Into the wall he goes. Luckily, no retirement. It's just gonna be a front wing change, but that's gonna cost him a little bit now.
It's going to cost him time, importantly. He might
Yeah.
not manage to get all the runs he wants to do.
Yeah, it's very
it just
true.
goes to show, it just goes to show you that how the absolute limit these drivers are pushing it at this point to get the best lap that they can in. Little mistakes like this, well, you're gonna be signing some autographs off to the marshals, really, more than anything.
It's true.
As they try to.
Peanuts matches his sector 1. Sorry, Biggles. So Peanuts on a charge. He's matched sector 1 with 7 minutes to go. He needs to go 1/10. Will put him in second spot behind James at this point in time. But now it's up to Peanuts to see what he can do into sector 2. What will his time be? Dougie obviously sitting in a 1:18s if it was valid, but he is a little bit just under a 10th quicker, Peanuts. So he's on course to. Oh, Peanuts has lost it.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Ooh,
okay. He was
Okay.
ghosted.
Luckily, because sometimes that can be very, who knows?
Bracing myself for an impact there.
Yeah. It's not Big Jim. I think it might be not Dougie, who is the blue car that's going round. And Piero just punches in a second place time with a 1:19.5. Sorry, because that I cut you off.
Oh, sorry, I was just wondering if that was James flying through. Luckily, the ghosted car. Otherwise, we definitely would have had a red flag session and a medical car.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, for sure we would have. Sure we would have. So, Moggs is almost 2/10 quicker up in sector 1. So, he's going for it. Could this be a Moggs victory this weekend? Who knows? But all I know is Moggs spent pretty much 6 or 7 hours practicing yesterday in Italy. Trying to make sure, as he's 7/10 quicker in sector 2. He's on for a 1:18 at this point.
So who says practice does not make perfect? Moggs is probably going to prove this one in a minute, isn't he?
Yeah,
Third sector.
For sure. It's all about how fast he can be in sector 3. It's definitely a 1:18. It's how high in the 18s is he going to go? I don't think he went as fast as he wanted to at a Parabolica. It's a 1:18.5. He's almost 9/10 up on his time. Moggs, promoted from tier 2, is into tier 1 and punching a hole through it.
Yeah, that's a great performance.
As John Jane puts himself up into second place. So really, the two drivers in 1 and 2 have both been promoted in the last 3 races from tier 2. So tier 2 looking really strong as a competition. So, who is that that's just hit the styrofoam board? I think it's John Jang. John Jang just clearing the styrofoam boards.
Did he drop it down the straight there?
He
Something?
did just drop it just then.
I think he was
Yeah,
getting
he
out of
did.
the way as well.
He was.
He was. That's why he's smashing those boards, isn't he? Because he doesn't want to compromise anybody on a hot lap. And that's
Like-
right, as you mentioned before. So the man that was promoted up into Division 1, well, he's proving to the men upstairs that he's worth the money.
It's true. It's true.
It's Doggy Falcons now. Yeah, it's going to probably set he's probably one of his only laps. So this will be his first lap, and he doesn't make any mistakes.
It will. He will really need to hurry up to get in a second lap because it's going to be less than 4 minutes by the time he crosses this line. So, and he's pushing really hard because you can see just how all over the track he is. He knows that Moggs is the man to beat right now with a 1:18.5. What's his time going to be as he's about to go past the crossing line now? He's slower than Moggs. Now that is interesting. Moggs is the man to beat at Italy.
Just goes to show you how good of a lap that was.
It's true. Sir Joshi invalidating a lap. He's not gonna want to do that many more times. So, practice making perfect.
This is crucial for Sir Joshi because he's got to get a nice lap and he can't afford to be starting where his current position is at the moment because that's a lot of points that would potentially he's going to have to work through, a lot of positions to get through because he's got a championship to battle here with Dougie.
He really
So he's got
does.
Mr. Dougie in P2 and Joshi's looking at P15. Well, there's problems right there I can see because it looks like those. Well, Sir Josh is obviously out of pace there, but he's trying to mediums and he's got to get on get onto those softs. That's what he needs to get onto.
He really needs to. Really needs to. As we're on board with Shadow. Shadow crosses the line. He puts himself into 10th spot. It's a 1:19 is quite a decent time, but a 1:19.7 for 10th, you know the field is tight when you put in a 1:19.7 because that's Shadow's time, and there's 5 drivers in the 1:19.7s. So this field, there's not a lot separating this field at all.
Not a lot at all.
So, as
Shout out there to sorry, a bit of a shout out there to everybody in the Twitch world. Unfortunately, I can't read the Twitch. They got 2 little tiny monitors, and a laptop monitor and a little screen, so I can't it's hard to read those names on a really small screen. So I do apologise. I'd like to engage with everybody in the Twitch world.
That's okay. At the moment, it's only DeBurles, but Biggles saying Biggles is back at it again. I see. So DeBurles here, your big supporter.
Yeah, welcome, Belzy. Welcome.
So let's see, what can Miggs do? Miggs, again, his first race in Tier 1, had a bit of a quite a good race in Tier 2. Actually, he made up 10 spots, started in 15th, finished in 5th, so he had a pretty good lap, pretty good race. Miggs, he's just under 2/10 quicker in Sector 1. Oh, but that's gonna cost him a lot. That's gonna cost him a lot of time, that little wiggle. Unfortunately, as we go on board window, haven't really seen much of window yet. He is 13 seconds down. That can't be right, but unless he's saving up. He is saving up his ERS. I don't think this is a hot lap. But now, what will Dougie and Moggs are staying in pits, so they're not coming back out.
Minute left in the session now.
We're on board with Vans. Vans going slowly, so Vans also on a sort of on a cooldown lap at the moment.
He's not going again.
As we've been told by Zox to watch Sir Joshi, as yes, this is the man who needs to get a move on, sitting in 15th.
He's on the softs now, so he's got the best tyre fresh out of the blankets, nice and warm, and this is pressure time as well too, because these guys are pushing it to the limit, and obviously you all know FIA will push you a penalty.
A little bit wide there,
those lines.
a little bit wide there from Sir Joshi, and that would have cost him a little bit of time. But he is 4.5 tenths up in Sector 1. Basically, Kiwi has retired from the session. I don't know whether that was a crash or has he done that in the pits, Chris?
I'm not quite sure.
He's 1.1 up so far. It's now about his Sector 3. How's it going to look? Oh, just keeps... I think he's lost an extra couple of tenths there.
Lucky he didn't lose his lap.
It's true. He just needs to put in a lap good enough for the top 5. As he's coming round the Parabolica, where is he going to be? 17, 18, 19, or 18.9. So good enough for 3rd. So Moggs still remains the man to beat. John Jang going a little bit quicker. There's not a lot in it between John Jang and Vans. It's up to John Jang in this last sector. Can he pip Vans for 4th? Again. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? So an 18 to 19. He doesn't. He's just that Sector 3, just a little bit slower, unfortunately.
Unfortunate.
So we're on to Piero. Piero now boxing. Big Jim coming around. Not quick enough at the moment. Peanuts. He's missing half a front wing, I believe. He is missing half a front wing, so something has happened to Peanuts. We're not quite sure. Wackle's still going around. What's his time going to be? Again, a 120 flat is not a bad time, but it's just with Tier 1 being so much more competitive. Like, Gwackle, a 119.9 puts him in second last place. So, confirmed, a little bit slower. And this was the man that was in second in Tier 2.
I think that might be our last car out on the track right now, right?
Confirmed he is, yes. Window is going very slowly, so I don't think his lap is over.
So this could be it. This could be Moggsy's first pole for D1.
It is. As confirmed,
That would
just
be
dived
absolutely
into the pits. Yeah, so Moggs does get his first pole.
Great lap from him.
So, well done, Moggs.
And yeah, and obviously, so we're going to see battle again between Dougie Falcons and Sir Joshi because they'll be starting up next to each other on the grid. Obviously, Sir Joshi will be looking at that second row, and he's going to have Vance company as well. So, mate, these top four are going to be absolutely fine going into the first corner.
Oh, for sure. And Joe, look at Joe sitting in 12th place on the mediums. I think that was definitely the wrong call to make. Sitting in 12th.
You never know. Those mediums will do pretty well.
It's true, but you look at the guys that are in front of him, and they're going to bolt away at the start. Because Joe needs to be around that 5th, 6th spot. So that's where he's normal. That's where he normally hangs around. So
Exactly.
for me,
because I mean, obviously, outside of that top 10, you get to choose a choice of car tire anyway, depending if it's not raining. Go ahead.
so no, that's all good. So for me, it might be a wrong call, but look, we'll wait and see. The only driver to do a full lap on the mediums. Everyone else now on the softs. But as we see, Moggs in first, his first pole position for Tier 1, the Australian, beating Dougie Falcons. Something I did not expect, but Dougie came very, very close. So Joshi rounds out our third
God,
spot.
I didn't realize how close it was.
Vans in fourth, John Jang in fifth, Migs C in sixth. He must have set a lap somewhere because we missed that one, but he's put himself into sixth. Piero seventh, James in eighth. The man that was second before, down to eighth. Big Jim in nine, and Window rounds out our top 10.
0.006 of a second difference there between Dougie and Moggs. That's about as the difference between those two drivers as the piece of paper reading some of these notes off in Italy.
Pretty much.
And not to mention, guys, just to let you know, in 1 second, a Formula One car travels about the length of a football pitch.
Which is
So that
crazy.
goes to show you
It is
how much
crazy.
speed these cars have.
As Zox is telling us on Twitch that Joe will be fifth when he pits. Potentially, mediums are faster after 3 laps. So again, there is that potential too. So we will have a quick look at last race's results. As we go back, as we do see, Sex was the winner in the last race, with Dougie Falcon sitting in second. Moggs in his first debut for Tier 1, finishing a third. So could be improvement for Moggs. He's got his first pole. Could it be a win? Vance finishing fourth on the last 2 corners. He caught Oxygen, which put him ahead based on penalties. JD Sev finishing in 6th, so Josh is 7th after not a very great race for him. And he did claw his way back. It could have been worse. So he did claw his way back, and he did get the fastest lap. So a bit of points, points deduction there. Not deduction, revival, I should say. Then you had Window in 8th, Peanuts in 9th, Alex in 10th, Shadow finishing 11th, Big Jim 12th, Confirmed 13th, Joe, again, not having a very good race, finishing 14th, and Guackle, the only retirement. So if we do have a look at the standings, so Joshi leading by 9 points. It's very close at that top. Unfortunately for Sex, he won't be able to come in. He won't be able to come and challenge anymore for that. Whoop! Who's gone that? Who is that? That's
Who was that?
Piero, I think.
Piero.
Into the wall. Hope there is no damage in formation lap, is there?
No.
Yeah. So he's a bit fortunate there. So yeah.
In fact, we might do him extra well because he'll have that little bit less time sitting on the grid, letting his tires cool down.
True. So, but yeah, as you can see, I'm still sitting in 4th. I'm actually pretty happy with that. So, Shadow in 5th, Joe 6th, Piero 7th, Window 8th, James 9th, Oxygen rounding out our top 10 in the standings. But as you can see, it's quite close in that midfield table. It's very close in that midfield
very
table.
tight.
So,
We haven't talked about the weather yet.
oh no, we haven't. That's the one thing we haven't talked about yet. So,
Well, it's not very exciting.
dry.
Looks like clear all the way through.
So we will have a very quick race if that's the case.
It will be fast. If you didn't catch our last race, we had it dry. It started to rain just a bit over the halfway mark, I think. How was it?
I think it was just over the halfway. Again, it's very similar to Austria where it rained just over the halfway mark. So, but yeah, it was about then. It was round about then. It was raining, and unfortunately, no rain here. So it's just going to be dry all the way through. But it will be a quick and fast race. So viewers, do not miss 1 second of action because you blink and a lap will be gone. So stay tuned as we're just waiting on the last car to make his way. He is made his way as we can watch the lights go out. We're on board with Moggs right now, sitting in that first place. Who's going to be the first car into turn 1? Lights are out. No one moves. As we see the predicted tyre stop strategy. Moggs, away he goes, and he looks like he's the quickest one off the line, but Dougie's not too far behind. Challenging into turn 1. Who's going to be the first car that breaks the latest? It is Dougie. Moggs going to have to sit in second place, so Joshy wants to get a move on. How is
Dougie
everybody
had a
else?
fantastic entry into that corner. That was amazing.
Quite a bit of smoke there at the back there.
We've got Piero off at turn 1. He's going slowly through the bollards.
Ooh, there's a lot of stuff. What is happening here? Everyone's moving very slowly.
We've got a safety car, I think. It's a safety car.
That's for what exactly?
I don't know.
It's for some damage, I think, to some of the front wings. So they've decided, powers that be, that's too dangerous to have carbon fiber all over the track. So
is that Windows missing an end plate or something there?
Window, is it?
Yep.
He is missing his front right end plate, so Window was involved, and I think Big Jim behind is potentially missing something else. Big Jim also missing his front right end plate. Anybody else missing their front right end plate?
Got front end plate. There's a front end plate sale coming down in the pit lane very soon. We'll see if those drivers are going to be
slightly used.
Yeah, slightly used. So yeah, Dougie has always he's Mr. Fantastic. He's Mr. Starter, the race starter, that's for sure. But as you can see there in Italy as well, pole and second position on the grid. Well, that second position has a really good run down to that first corner because they're going to have to cover on the inside line, which is exactly what Dougie did. Unfortunately, Moggs has to settle back into P2. Joshy's staying where he is and Farnsy's staying where he is, and you can see those other positions there on the screen at the moment. The gainers and losers.
Well, we can see the drivers that were involved, and it's James.
Oh, there are a lot of
Window,
cars going into the
Big
line
Jim,
now.
Wackle. And I know Piero was definitely involved because he was down 7 places. So
Yeah, he was off the track.
Piero was involved again in the pits. Basic Kiwi up into 11th. So again,
Oh, what is going on there?
What's happening?
I think that's Shadow being held up in the pits. Yeah.
Double stack. Yeah.
Bad luck in the box.
Yeah.
That's really hurting for Shadow.
Unfortunate for him, but it's not going to matter much.
Doing? Oh, he's copying a penalty. Yep.
So yeah, even though they're
that would make
custom
sense.
liveries, guys, they still have teammates. So I wonder if they are
still
aware
only
they have
10
their teammates.
boxes.
He's still
No,
in that
it's
box.
very hard to tell. You have to get really lucky, unfortunately. So he's come out well behind. He'll surely be able to catch back up, but he will be at the back of the grid.
Depends when that safety car's coming back in. So if it comes in this lap, then I don't know if he'll catch in time.
Do you reckon it'll come in this lap?
I mean, there's no proper incident on the track.
True, it's true.
I think it might. So the guys, James would be those guys there. They might be able to catch the safety car. I mean, we'll find out in the next couple of seconds actually where the safety car's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be, guys. It won't be because they're bunched up. The trigger point is sector 3, and you have to have at least about 96% of the field bunched up, and they're not. Because we've got some drivers still in sector 2.
Yeah. So
yeah,
there's our answer. As these guys again, they know they need to leave 2 car widths to the guy in front because we now, as Grackle has retired from the race, we have missed something. So I wonder where that has happened. Has he dropped it somewhere? He is. He has. I think he's dropped it somewhere. It's at the
the
end
back straight.
His AI is moving. No, he's dropped it. His AI he's pulled over to the side of the road.
Yeah, he might have dropped it.
Grackle. Yeah.
I might just try and confirm that.
Well, see if you can bring him in for a quick mid-race interview, and he'll tell us exactly what's happened.
I don't
You
think
guys
he'll.
let me know. Yep.
I don't think he'll want him to bring. I don't think he'll want to talk after that, honestly.
Give him a bit of a cool down. Give him a couple of cool down laps, let's say.
Yeah.
I'm driving the safety car for everybody this evening, so give me a wave out there. Let me know when you want the safety car in, and I'll bring it in for you.
So, well, bring it in now. We want the action now.
Well, I'm getting a call on the radio at the moment from Dougie Falcon's team saying, can you get that safety car go a little bit faster there? I'm like, well, I'm sorry, Dougie, okay, this is faster than I can actually drive, mate.
Calling a Lewis Hamilton. But it's now going to come down to who will be, again, the first car into turn 1 after the safety car. Because Dougie won the first round. Can Moggs claw him back, or will Dougie win the second round? Again, Dougie knows he needs to break that DRS, because as soon as that opens, he might find himself in trouble.
So
Safety
that's
car in this lap.
two races, two safety cars.
Yeah, definitely. It's I mean, Italy is. I mean, it's not known for its safety cars, but it does happen quite a bit of the time. As we can see, the biggest winners here. So, biggest winner right now, Basic Kiwi and Confirm, both up 6 places. Joe up 5 places, but I think Joe is on the mediums. No, Joe's on the soft. So that strategy in qualifying did not pay off whatsoever because he's changed to the softs. So
Yeah,
I think it was just a bad strategy call.
unlucky as well.
Yeah, it is. There's Dougie backing up the pack. So Joshy wants to get a move on because he knows he's got his title competitor 1 car ahead. Dougie going very
Watch
slow.
out for this huge downforce train that's going to go
Dougie's
down the main
gone.
straight.
Dougie's
That's about
gone.
the DRS.
There he goes.
So Joshy, almost side by side, picking up the toe from Dougie. He's going to beat Moggs into turn 1, I think. Potentially, he's the last of the late breakers. Moggs trying to do the switch back. It could be down to Moggs. Oh, I think Sir Joshy touched the grass, has got him out of shape.
Damn.
As there's a bit of action happening on into turn 1. There's a yellow flag down. I think Piero is the biggest loser down there.
Struggling this race, it seems.
He is, and I think
No
Piero,
DRS enabled just yet, guys. No DRS, and yeah, it's Big Jim dropping a few positions there.
Piero
So yeah, they're going to basically just try to follow each other for a few laps, and that DRS activation down that main straight, and the back straight there is going to make a huge difference.
Piero missing his front right end plate there, so not a great restart for him. Confirmed up into 10th place, so he's going to be very happy with that one. These guys here are going to be able to go a very long distance into the race with those mediums. So Joshy does not want to let Dougie fly away, because he will if he's given the opportunity.
Softs should go about 13 laps, guys. Obviously, they might be extended because we had that safety car. 18 for the mediums, I predict. Hards, well, that's a difficult car. In
Oh
general.
no.
What's happened here? Another safety car. Big Jim
another
has
safety
retired,
car.
and James has been given a 5-place,
There's Big Jim.
second penalty.
That's the second retirement in the same area where Guac would retire as well. So it's been a car park.
We
forming
did see-
in that turn.
We didn't catch what happened there, but that was
He's missing.
seemed like a big impact.
Big Jim missing his front wing and his front left tire, so he's obviously collided head on with the wall.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to jump out back in the safety car again. Wow, wasn't long.
We thought we were getting underway, but I
Miggs,
think the safety car driver was having a bit too much fun.
Miggs has stopped for the hards, and Shadow also on the hards. These guys are going.
Yeah, hard might be a good bet.
This guy's going to try and go to the end. Piero. So this has worked out for Piero. So
Yeah, fortunate.
About 23 laps that you get on those hard tyres, guys. And because the safety car will be a few laps, that will definitely should be
they should get
right
to
on
the
the,
end.
on the cusp. Yeah.
We'll get to the end then.
I think that'll be just about all right. Pierre's gone for the softs, interestingly.
He's going to go obviously quite aggressive. Those softs will
Yeah.
get him to probably lap 15, and then he can probably go lap 15 to lap 27.
Mhm.
So maybe even longer. I reckon he might even get to lap 17 on those softs, then go lap 17 to 27, because that safety car will it's now lap 5. It'll at least be out for another first lap 6, and potentially even lap 7. John Jane ignoring yellow flags.
That'll be a delta.
I think so. These drivers know they need to record if they want us to consider looking into their incidents.
Mm-hmm.
But now, well, 5 laps, 2 safety cars. We did say it'd be action-packed.
It's definitely been packed so far.
So again, Dougie will have another chance to try and break away again. But, I mean, all this is really doing is it's extending the soft runner's lap time.
Yeah.
As Peanuts stopped for mediums? No, he's going to stop for the hards, I believe. He is going to go to the hards. Or is he? No. Yes, he's going for another set of
Yellow
mediums.
tires.
And a
Yeah.
front wing change, so that would explain why
Okay.
he's coming in. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier, isn't it? A lot of front wings are on sale. Used front wings
yeah,
down the
Slightly.
pit lane. So we had 2 retirements in the session. Both drivers just coming out. It looks like turn 10 of Ascari is where it's claimed as victims. We're not quite sure what happened with Guackle. I'll see if I can chase him down,
Another
actually.
penalty for yellow flag.
pardon?
I think John Jones just got another penalty on yellow flags.
Let's have a quick.
Sure, what he's doing.
No, it's fine. Only 5 seconds. Basic Kiwi
Only
and
5
James.
seconds?
Yeah. Also
Okay.
5
I swear I
seconds.
saw it come back up again.
So,
Oh well.
And these drivers know they got to give that room because if they run into the back of someone, we probably won't wipe it out. So it's up to them.
Same with delta penalties.
It's true.
Can't do much if you didn't stick to the delta.
It's true.
Even though it is pretty all over the place in F1 2020.
It's true.
It's very questionable deltas.
But again, like you still got to stick to it, even if you're just a couple of tenths off. You can give yourself some breathing space. So, safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap, and Dougie's going to have another crack at the pie.
Alright.
So Joshy showing Dougie, I am here. I am ready to race you. If you go, I will follow. That's what he's saying
Yeah.
right now.
He wants to get a great restart, doesn't he, on Dougie? Because these two are leading the championship, so you can see
There he
they're
goes,
wheel to
Dougie
wheel.
goes. Dougie's gone. Moggs getting the
Definitely
jump.
got the jump again.
Moggs might get the jump on Sir Joshy this time, so they might switch around again. Oh, there's no opportunity there, but there might be an opportunity here for 5th as Joe makes the change on John Jane. John Jane just holds him. Bit of a bump. Joe comes away. There's quite a bit of action happening down in that bottom pack there, as there is quite a bit of action. Peanuts, all confirmed, making his way through Basic Kiwi. There he is, Basic Kiwi. James also going to try and do the same thing. Basic Kiwi, whoa, big overshoot. He's followed that line. As Window is also dropping down the order. Something's happened to Window. I think he's gone very wide. Very, very wide. Whoop, he's dropped it again. That's gonna hurt him quite badly. But in the meantime, Dougie away. So Joshy in 2nd again. Moggs following close behind in 3rd. Very close behind. He's actually got the runner, Sir Joshy. He's side by side. Moggs is actually ahead of Sir Joshy, and he goes. So now Moggs is going to try and close down Dougie. I think Sir Joshy's made a bit of a mistake somewhere, which is what's allowed Moggs to get the run. And now Moggs needs to close Dougie very, very quickly because he does not want to let him get away. As I think Peanuts is getting very close. He's getting very close. You can feel Shadow. He can, as they are almost banging wheels. They do bang wheels down there. Dougie, Shadow, I mean, not Dougie. As Peanuts goes around the outside, becomes the inside, holds it quite nicely. Doesn't stomp on the brakes, but lets the car slow down so Shadow can't get a bit of a run on him. And done and dusted. Ooh, Joe getting a bit of the slidey. Joe, Joe was the winner out of this battle. Who's going to be the winner out of? Whoa, Joe again. For some reason, not enjoying these softs at this point in time, and it's allowed John James to get close.
I wonder if the tyre temps are just quite where he wants them to be, or something along those lines.
Potentially.
Yeah, so what, lap 18 to 27, that DRS will be activated, I believe, now on the lap 9.
It should be.
That means that Sir Joshy should be able to get a very good run on Moggsy.
Well,
Try to
it's
take
only
back the position back.
4 tenths between the two, so it's looking quite tight there. But it's stabilized between Moggs and Dougie at 1.3 second, 1.2. So it's around there. It's been stabilizing. Dougie Falcon putting in the fastest lap with 1:22.3. But we can see John Jang getting very close to the back of Joe right now. Is he going to go? He is going to go for a move. Oh no, just a sider. So Pierre has moved up on James. Down the inside.
Yeah.
Pierre wants to try and make a bit of a comeback. He's technically only 2 spots down from where he started.
ERS management is crucial around here because you got to use that ERS at the right moments to either attack or defend.
Very true.
The ERS is the enabled call that's coming up there now, so they're going to get it there on this lap 10 of 27. So we're almost at that third of the way through here after a couple of safety cars, and still yet a lot of the drivers are yet to box. So they're going to see a bit of those times tumbling down. Obviously, those positions dropping.
Oh yeah.
And our hard runner is James running in P10, I believe.
He definitely, no, James, no,
Oh, Magic, sorry.
Miggs in P11.
Miggs,
Oh,
Miggs, yeah.
Sir Joshy getting very squirrely out of the Sky chicane. So that would have hurt any chances, as Vant's getting very close to the back of Sir Joshy too. So the pendulum, as we got a yellow flag, Shadow has retired. Something's happened to Shadow.
Oh no.
I'm assuming it's after the Ascari chicane. We have a virtual safety
He's
car.
on the wall again.
It is. It's the same
Another
spot
car.
again, guys. The same spot out of Ascari, turn 10.
We've
And they're
got
almost the exact same spot.
as Big Jim. It is the same spot as Big Jim. Exactly the same spot as Big Jim.
So
What
we're
is
gonna
going
have to
on?
rename this the new Wall of Champions.
Wall of Champions, Wall of Disaster, more like it.
Wall of Disaster. Exactly.
So,
Those marshals
That's
there are going
box
to be getting
time.
a workout.
Is it pit stop time for Dougie, and everybody's already passed the pits?
they have. I don't think they're going to be able to get another chance because here we go. Virtual safety car just ended. So that's it.
It was not
Done
that
and dusted
one.
there. It's unfortunately that
If it wasn't
chicane-
full safety car, it might have been worth a swap to the mediums, right?
for sure. These guys are not going to get another chance like that. I mean, I take that back. They will get another chance. We've had 3 safety cars in 10 laps, and 3 of them have come from the same
Oh.
corner. So
Dogs
Josh,
on
Comes
Sir
Sir
Jockey.
Joshy. on
making the move
Moxie.
on Moggs. I don't think Moggs expected that, but I think they're now just probably trying to form a DRS train towards Dougie.
Yeah, job done, mate. Job done. And it looks like Pero before had got past confirmed just before that crash there again. So that'll turn
Miggs-
10 out of Ascari. So yeah,
Miggs just
it's,
boxed for
Pero
a
up.
fresh pair of mediums actually just now, so I think he thinks he's going to be able to go all the way. But he's now in clear, and that's probably where he wants to be. Just as Joe Vance is in the pits. Vance is the
2 and
first
3
one.
swapping around again. Down the straight.
Moggs back in front. This is going to hurt them because it's going to allow Dougie to get around. It looked like a bit of a tap from Sir Joshy too.
Oh, I don't think I saw that on my screen.
So Joshy's going to try and get a good run. He's getting closer. Will Moggs defend? No, he won't defend, but a bit of a lock up there.
Yeah, thinks twice about it.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Joshy getting, again, very squirrely.
Very squirrely. That's not the fastest way around the track.
Definitely not. There's Miggs 19 seconds behind Vance at this point.
Yeah, it looks like James has also put back a bit of pressure and confirmed. He's got fresher boots on there, so have a little bit more traction. He's down to half a second almost there. As now, yeah, we'll keep an eye on Vanzi's times as well too, because he decided to make one of those calls there, dropping back to P13, but he was running in P4, I believe. So he's looking at different strategies, see if he can get in and out and do the overcut.
Well, it was his early call onto the Inters in the last race, which is what got him a chance at a victory. So could be another well played call. What a nice shot right then and there. Overboard, above board view.
Moxie's boxing.
So Moggs is gone. He thinks now's the time to go.
He's got the call as John Jang as well as putting the pressure on the back of Joe. That should be a little bit of an OTA.
Oh,
It is a-
John
well, not
Jang
yet.
and Joe. These guys are close, very close in it.
I think I saw, was that Piero following into the pits as well?
Might be. Yes, it was. Pierre is in the pits as John Jing's going to go for it, and Pierre thinks twice. It's now about survival with the guys on lap 11, old soft tyres.
I think this has worked well for Vanzi actually, because he's now 2.3 seconds behind Moggs. 2.4. We're balancing out that, so I want to keep an eye on that little battle later on to see if that call is going to work or not. Because remember, Vanzi's already up to speed in those tyres, whereas Moggsy's getting temperature into him.
James now only 2/10 behind confirmed, getting closer. This DRS zone might be it, or he can make a move. He's saving up all his ERS and he's not going for it, so this is quite interesting. As Dougie, is he going to box? He is going to box, he is in the box. Sir Joshy, will he do the same? Sir Joshy does do the same. Well, Joe does the same. John Jane continues on though. So John Jane, I mean, in racing, you know, he's not gonna match the top. Well, Sir Dougie Falcon, Sir Joshy. Ooh, what's going on there? There's James coming out. Confirmed in the pits. Got Basic Kiwi up into 5th, Peanuts up into 4th. So now Dougie, these guys, where did Moggs come out after all this? Moggs, not far behind Dougie at all, and Dougie's being held up by Window, so he needs to clear him very fast. So Moggs has gained. He's only 8/10 now behind Dougie, within DRS.
Yeah, it's just worked out perfectly, that strategy call, hasn't it? For Moggsy. Boxing a little earlier, and now he's got a challenge to Dougie.
Moggs just needs to stick with Dougie, because if he sticks with Dougie, because the moment Dougie gets close to Window, he's going to be feeling all these different effects. John Jane gets himself a 3-second time penalty, as I think Dougie's going to go for the move here and now. He's going for the move here and now, he knows, and there he goes. It's now up to Moggs. See what Moggs is going to do. He needs to clear Window right now. Right now, he needs to clear him.
I think he's going to do it. Look how much faster through there. Wow.
Gone.
The speed.
So right now, 8/10. Dougie closing in on Basic Kiwi.
Yeah, he had to clear him out of Ascari or just before there. Otherwise, you'll end up in that car park that we've seen the 3 retirement cars already.
It's true.
Yeah.
As Jinjang boxes, so one of the final man on the softs to box. Well, Window's already put his tyres on before, so he's still got some fresh rubber.
So Joshy closing in on Window. Vans. Joe's jumped Vans.
Moggs gets past Basic Kiwi as well, following Dougie.
Then and there. So it's now a straight fight between Moggs and Dougie. Dougie, a bit of a lock-up.
Yeah, four and a bit seconds down the road till Peanuts in 3rd. So a bit of air to breathe in.
That's true. Peanuts will
As you guys had mentioned, Moggsy putting that practice in now. He's putting pressure on the back of Dougie as well. He wants that. Remember, he was the man on pole. He wants this position back after Dougie got him into that first corner on the first lap.
Oh, I definitely think he wants it back.
For sure.
Yeah, well, about halfway point of this race at the moment, and this man's going to give it everything he can to try to dethrone Dougie from not only this race, but championship, perhaps. If it will depend on what's happening with Sir Joshy, but he's running down a P8.
Well, Sir Joshy struggling to get. He hasn't caught Window yet. I'm surprised about that. I thought he would be all over the back of Window right now. But he's still 1.3 seconds behind after lap 15. But Moggs, so long as he sticks within that second, he doesn't get DRS. He does get DRS then and there. So long as he keeps getting DRS, he's got a chance. He's got to stick to DRS. Nice exit from Moggs. Now closing in. Dougie, what's his ERS like? He's only used half. Moggs has used more ERS than Dougie. And that gap has just gone over a second, so Peanuts with a 3-second time penalty. That's probably not what he wants at all. And that gap has gone to over a second, so not what Moggs wants, not at all. So Joshy right on the back of Basic Kiwi now. Much cleaner race from Basic Kiwi this time. James gets himself a 3-second time penalty, so Joshy going for it on Basic Kiwi and gone.
Yep.
So I just heard from Guackle. He said cold tires a bit spooked at how close Piero was. Ascari said, "Go die now." There you go. Thank you very much, Guackle.
That's how he dropped it under the safety car.
Yeah, Ascari. It's treacherous. Ascari is very
Ascari
treacherous.
is a scary.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Without a doubt.
Very much on the limit for these cars.
John Jang going for it down on Piero. Piero's just hanging in there actually, even with DRS. He's going for it now, John Jang. Down the inside, Piero knows, no point fighting on completely different strategies. Piero gone very deep, leaves a space, but well done to the two of them. Space was left, good respect, and away John Jang goes. Moggs, gets himself a 3-second time penalty.
That's gonna hurt.
That really will hurt. He's fallen now 2 seconds behind Dougie. That will hurt come the end of the race. Joe gets himself another 3-second time penalty. The penalties are starting to come thick and fast in Italy.
And they always do.
Always, always.
It's just so easy to cut a little bit too much out of some of the curbs around here.
For sure. Easy. Oh yeah, very, very easy. I mean, it's not one of the easiest tracks. I think that still goes to Russia at this point. But for sure, Italy's definitely up there.
Yeah, totally. But there's just so much time on the table in those curbs.
It really is.
They're drawing you in. They're really enticing.
Really, really is. As Dougie's now only 8/10 behind Peanuts as we're on board with Joe trying to take basic Kiwi. He does. Takes that inside. Basic Kiwi. Space is left. Basic Kiwi knows he's not fighting him. I think Vans will also very quickly catch Basic Kiwi. Might even get him into turn 3. He's going to go to the outside. Oh, a bit of a lock-up from Basic Kiwi. And Basic Kiwi gone. As we're on board, there's a bit of a train here behind James. It's Peanuts 3/10s and Dougie 2/10s behind Peanuts.
Yeah, Dougie's picked up the rest of the podium places.
This is going to hurt
Oh, look at
Dougie.
that.
Oh!
Oh, yes,
boy.
exactly.
That was some close
Peanuts losing
driving.
a couple of positions through there,
Yeah.
through Ascari, and almost we had another victim out of there. Dougie's going to have easy run here out of Parabolica on James.
Yeah, he's going
Let's
to get
leave
him
the
in.
inside line.
Going to get him
So
before
much
DRS. As James
Well
does
played.
dive into the pits.
So Dougie's got breathing clear air, and he did get the DRS as well. So Dougie can get on to where he's usually at the front of this race and can relax a little bit because it's building up a nice little gap there to Moggsy. But Moggsy might be just conserving his tyres for a nice run towards the end of this race because we're still just over the halfway point. Plenty of action to come.
Well, these guys
You're in Monza.
should be able to go to the end. But Peanuts will need to make a stop. Not too far away. That's how long he can go on those mediums. That'll give a good indication to these guys on the mediums now. Because Peanuts done 11 laps so far. If he can go maybe another 5 laps, then it's a good indication to the guys in 1st, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and 7th can go all the way to the end in mediums. Which is a good sign if Peanuts can go that extra 3 or 4 laps.
Well, P8 J2 Serve. I think you pronounce that correct.
JD Sev,
Yeah, Sev. He's on those fresh rubber softs. You can see the red stripe, and you can see those times tumbling down to Jinjang.
for sure.
Junjang.
For sure, for
So,
sure.
but can they go to the end? Probably, definitely not. Unless it's a safety car or a couple of virtual safety cars.
I
They'll
think
be
they
pushing
should.
the boundaries.
I think they should be able to. Peanuts does box now, so maybe these guys
Yeah.
might actually have to pit later.
Almost on cue, I just received some intel from Guackle telling me to remind you that Peanuts is king of the mediums.
He is.
And just as I was about to speak up, he's in the pits.
He
Yeah,
is.
and
king.
putting softs on.
Oh, that was a bit of a weird. Disappeared on my screen for a second there. But there he goes with the softs.
It's an interesting strategy at play with some of these drivers. I can feel that they can make early money. They're making hand gains in this track at the temple of speed. Is to put the fastest tires they're on.
Well,
Put
those
the
soft,
fastest laps in.
those soft tires should go 12 laps. Now, there's 9 laps to the end of the race, so They should well and truly be in a comfortable window. Speaking of window, he's about to be passed by confirmed.
That was good. I like that.
Oh, I don't know what happened there, but window.
I think there was
they
not
see-
quite enough space on the outside, and confirmed thought twice about it.
So Joshy gets himself a 3-second time penalty. So match back into Moggs' seat right now.
Yeah, Moggs has really been on the improvement, hasn't he? He went third in the last race,
He's on for a
and
second
once
right
again,
now.
he's up to second. So yeah,
Oh,
that's
confirmed a little bit wide.
Very wide.
There's JD Sev getting very close to the back of John Jang right now. Within 3/10 now. It's JD Sev just... Those tyres must feel like a different planet right now. He's going to blast past John Jang, and he is. There he goes.
More or less grip than the rover that's just landed on Mars.
I was just, you stole my line. I was just about to say the same thing.
Hey.
Good call.
Peanuts has
So-
just passed Miggs on those fresh softs, so... Miggs, 9-lap-old mediums. I don't know how much further he's going to be able to go on those.
Don't you love where you can feel the cogs turning?
So next up on Seb's hit list is Vanzi. And start to take a few tenths at him
Per lap.
per corner.
That'll start to deplete come lap 25. Lap 25, that might balance out a little bit. So JD Sev needs to do it now. As sector 1, we have, I think it might be basic Kiwi. It is basic Kiwi. So, viewers on YouTube, viewers on Twitch, who do you think will be winning the round 7 Italian Grand Prix with 7 laps to go? Right now it's sitting with Dougie, but there is now 1.9 seconds, 2 seconds away from Moggs, so Moggs still very much sitting with him. I mean, Moggs still has a 3-second time penalty, but you never know. Anything can happen to Dougie, because it did happen to Dougie last weekend. As JD Sev puts in the fastest lap. JD Sev, he's come into the OCE Racing League, and he's performed right off the bat. His first race was last weekend at the Singapore Grand Prix. A very respectable, I think it was 5th or 6th finish. And right now, sitting in 6th again. So he's come in, performing consistently, finding himself in the top 10, which is where you need to be to get points. Puts in the fastest lap. I mean, it could be beaten by James, could be beaten by Basic Kiwi, could be beaten by Peanuts, but right now, he's the man with the time. He's right on board with Dougie for a little bit, taking it nice and casual, not pushing as much as he was in qualifying.
Yeah, at this stage in the race, there's not much of a point, right?
Well, he knows there's a 3-second penalty to Moggs. I think there's a 3-second penalty to Sir Joshi, so he doesn't want to get himself a 3-second penalty because then he puts himself into danger to
Nah,
refer.
yeah. Now's the time for him to just get himself into a rhythm and chill out the front there.
Really much is. It's now started to stabilize a bit into the field, but James is closing in on Miggs, and we have Miggs on lap 10 mediums, James on 2-lap-old softs. So James will be feeling very, very good right now compared to Miggs.
But will he be able to get the pass done before that feeling starts to turn around?
Well, he's probably got another 4 laps. He goes for a very late dive. Probably thought
Oh
better
my
of that.
god, that was
Yeah.
late.
Very, very late on that one. But he might be able to get him down here. Miggs has...
Oh, he's dropped out.
He might need to re-invite.
That's unfortunate.
Because
That's cost him a place.
he's just been passed by James, unfortunately.
Was that throw Miggs?
Yeah, it is. It was Miggs. So Miggs going to need to come back in. Field is now stabilised. I haven't really gone on board with Vans much. He's sort of been performing, but in the background.
Yeah, just trying to stay awake, I guess, because Vanzi's one of our drivers from the United States of America, and he'll know, like where I am currently at the moment in Panama. It's very early in the morning, so
It is.
hope he has plenty of his Italian coffees.
Cappuccinos.
Cappuccinos.
So, but also another driver we haven't really seen much of is Peanuts. Peanuts hanging around in 9th on the back of Piero. Malaysian versus Malaysian.
Mhm.
We tried to get Piero to change his name to Pizza Pasta Piero, but obviously it didn't take.
He was not too interested.
He's our Italian Malaysian. And it's getting nice and close, but not close enough.
He's pizza pasta Piero in my heart and stomach.
Of course, it seems like Peanuts has got the weird gearbox glitch where it's stuck in neutral, but he's in gear 8.
Oh, that's no good.
So
Yeah, it sounds alright to me.
It sounds terrible
Bit
when I'm
of
on board with him.
desync.
Sounds very
You
terrible.
record. Go look from in front. Look backwards.
Look from backwards. It's still going.
No. Look at Piero and look back for another fun angle.
Well, right now, Pierre's about to be passed by Peanuts. He is passed by Peanuts, and Peanuts is gone.
Yeah, no questions asked there.
Peanuts just needs to keep it
He's
nice and
got a
smooth.
run out of Ascari though. He's sticking with him.
He is, and that toe is going to be helping him. It's going to be a bit of a no punches being pulled there.
He does think better of it.
Whoa, Pierre's
Oh.
almost lost it.
Very loose, very loose.
As we seem to have a bit of a timing glitch at this point in time.
Oh,
Gotta
great.
Wait for the drivers to cross the line.
Just goes to show you how powerful the slipstream is in the DRS.
So long as you're within that DRS zone, you're going to be able to stick no matter how old your tyres are with the guy in front. At least for a couple of corners. So
About 17 kilometers an hour, that slipstream should give you a speed advantage. So,
Which is
yeah, it's very, very powerful, the DRS.
the lower downforce you run is going to be even quicker. So, but right now it's stabilized. So Joshi 1.9 seconds behind Moggs. 2.7 seconds behind Dougie. It's now going to come down to who's going to not make the mistake. Pierre gets himself a 3-second time penalty, so he's going to be cursing in that helmet. But now, it's now stabilized. This field is now stabilized, but it has been pretty action-packed. We had, viewers, if you're joining us just now, as I have seen a couple, the first 10 laps we had 3 safety cars. 3 drivers, I should say, Ubiquitous Shadow, Big Jim, and Guackle, all crashing out in the Ascari chicane, one after the other. So, I mean, all on different laps, but brought out 3 safety cars. We had Moggs, who put it on pole, but got jumped into turn 1 by Dougie, and Dougie has been in front ever since. But Moggs is coming in closer. He's now within 1.8 seconds. Dougie is falling back a bit. Moggs coming in is now 1.6. He's gained 0.2 in sector 2.
And Sevi in P6 at the moment on the back of Vanzi, but no, Vanzi has done a fantastic job here as a reserve driver coming in. Now he's got to try to fend off Sev for a couple more laps if he wants to keep that P5.
Very true. Sev is going to throw the kitchen sink at him.
Neither of them have penalties too, so it is for track position. Track position is for finishing position, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, that's crucial too as well, because Vanzi can keep within that 3 seconds of Joe. He can be looking at skipping, going down that 4th position where I believe he started this race. So it's going to be crucial to keep within that 3-second bubble.
Could be a
Joe has
double
3 seconds penalties.
a double
I'm sure.
4th place finish for Vans, if that's the case. As Moggs now under almost a second. What is happening to Dougie? Dougie is falling into the clutches of Moggs. Moggs is picked up.
Is this another playing with their food moment?
Yeah, it's playing with his food. Unless he has damage. I don't know if you suddenly check his car there for damage.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, he's playing with his food.
He's now within DRS territory.
I think he knows that he's pretty safe right now. Even if Moggs were to get past, he would not get out of a penalty.
Well, Vanzi's not safe at the moment from Sev.
It now
Big pressure.
It now depends, because it depends how quick Moggs can be, because again Moggs has closed in 2 seconds in the last 2 laps. So it depends how much Dougie's tyres are falling, and it looks like they are falling away quite a bit. Because look at that, Moggs is now 5/10. He's not under 4. It's almost that's within DRS territory. There's almost passing territory. Is Dougie saving up his ERS? He's deploying it. Moggs is deploying his, but he's pretty much out of it. So Dougie going to be feeling the heat. This is going to be one exciting last lap. So Joshy falling away. JD Sev does get Vance.
He gets Vance in now, but now they've got to keep within 3 seconds of Joe, and he can leapfrog him. Vance is going to be right on the bubble of that one too if he wants to take that P5 now instead of the P4. And I think Dougie's just turning it up a little bit there, as I said, playing with his food with Mogsy.
Now
what a drive from
1.1 second, now 1.3. So yeah, I think you're right. He's now bolting away. I think Dougie's going for the fastest lap.
Oh, you reckon he was saving?
I think so.
It'd be pretty bold to set a fastest lap on what, 14 lap old mediums?
But it can very much do it.
This is close. Sev has got it down to 2, but it's right on the cusp, isn't it, with Joe as well. He's got to get within that 3 seconds. Look at it, it's 2.9.
We're on board with Dougie now as he's going to come across the start-finish line to be our race winner for round 7 at the Italian Grand Prix. He crosses the line in first spot. Moggs, Dougie does set the fastest lap. Moggs in second, so Josh will come third into third spot. Joe coming around. JD Sev, where will he finish? He's coming in closer. It's getting close. It's getting close. JD Sev does jump Joan, as does Vance. So
wow,
the toe of JD Sev, Vance, Joe also dropping down to 6th.
Those penalties really hurt.
Well done, well done. So Piero, Pizza Pasta Piero finishing in 9th. James, 10th. Miggs crossing the line 11th. Not the result he probably would have wanted. But still, debut for Miggs. Window finishing in 12th. Confirmed. Our last car across the line as he's into the Parabolica.
Yeah, Joe as well, 3.002 seconds. So Joe had 6 seconds of penalties. Otherwise, that would have been ridiculously close if he only had 3 seconds. Yeah.
Unfortunate because he copped those earlier in the race during the middle part of the race. As the driver of the day goes to JD Sev. Well done. Viewers, put in your drivers of the day. We'd like to know what you think as well, not just what the game thinks. So if you put it in YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're watching from, what your driver of the day was. As we watch Dougie Falcon celebrate another win. I think this might
that's the walk like a falcon dance move that he does all the time, man. Congratulations to him.
I think this might put him at the top of the driver standings in our
reminds me
league.
of the song.
So as we see Dougie Falcon with the extra point as well. So he might jump Sir Joshy now, as that 3rd place finish effectively becomes 11 points to Dougie Falcon. Moggs in 2nd. That's an improvement from 3rd place last weekend and a pole position, so he'd be really happy with this. Sir Joshy in 3rd. Again, great performance from Sir Joshy because he had to be a 1-lap pace run in qualifying, so puts it in 3rd. JD Sev, well done from 14th on the grid to finish 4th. 10 places up. Vans in 5th. Joe is 6th. Again from 12th. John James 7th. Peanuts 8th. Piero 9th. And James rounds out our top 10. But well done from JD Sev. 10 places up. That's one hell of a race for him. So, well done to JD Sev.
Yeah, the strategy call right at the end there to switch to those softs and just blister through the field there really did pay off. So, yeah, that's a good strategy call.
Definitely.
From the driver.
Definitely. As we will now move across to race interviews. Christian, who would you
No,
say?
stay in this one.
Stay in this one? Okay. So,
Yeah, who are you looking for?
well, could we speak to our race winner, Dougie Falcon?
I've already sent out a message, just waiting to hear back from him.
The next
Anyone else?
Next one I would say would be JD Sev. Get JD Sev into our commentary box. And if he's not too busy, Sir Joshy, if you would like to speak in the commentary box.
I'll go grab Dougie.
Easy.
Yeah, sure.
So, have a quick interview with 3 of our drivers. I'd like to know what JD Sev would be feeling. We're moving up 10 spots, and a very, very good race for JD Sev. But now we'll find out very shortly, I hope. As it's now just me, I'm assuming. Chris, you there?
I'm here.
You're here?
Not paying too much attention to you.
All good. That's all good. So, viewers, I'd like to know what you guys thought of the race.
Yes.
It's
You should have Dougie. I think I grabbed Dougie, so it should be edge. There we go.
perfect, perfect. Dougie, are you there?
Hello.
How you going?
Tired.
Tired? I
Okay.
could imagine. How did you find that? That I think with this win, it moves you into the top of the driver standings. How did you find the race?
I don't know. It was kind of a weird one. Because the safety cars earlier on, kind of was like teasing a lot of strategies that were going through my mind that you could have pitted on, but I just stuck to the strategy that the optimal, the normal's one, and then so I was just really just managing to get when I got the jump and took the lead, I was just really managing the gap. I wasn't really like trying to push because I just felt like the car was going to spin every single time because my setup was horrible. I actually stuck around Italy, so to get a win here was kind of surprising because I thought there'd be I thought I wouldn't win him, but we did. So the race was pretty good. Just managed the gap, tried to hope that no one had insane pace towards the end of this stint, or like did some ludicrous strategy to try and win the race, but I think everyone just did more or less the same strategy. So it was pretty fun to do, but
Well, that's good. I mean, he really gave it to you, Moggs, didn't he, today? He put it on pole, and only just by six thousandths of a second, he pinched pole from you. And again, he stuck with you. He closed it in towards that last couple of laps, but I think you were just saving up to go for the final last lap, fastest lap. So, what do you any words for Moggs? Any words for Moggs?
yeah, he had very good pace. Credit where credit is due. He did get pole position as well. So, like, he did really good. He did manage the gap. Gap didn't go beyond like 3 seconds, so he did a very good job. I was just trying to do my best to try and extend the gap, but it didn't really work out. So I was just like, okay, I'll just hold on then for a 3-second window, and then he had a penalty, which was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Which kind of cemented me just chill out and just try and go for the passes up in that snap, because I was like, I'll just burn my fuel and then try and save it like 3 to go, and then just go for it. And somehow it worked out at the end, but yeah.
Yeah, well, we need to go through it, but I believe, as I said before, that with this race win, it puts you top of the driver standing. So, how do you feel?
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool that we did it in, I think, 5 races. But
5 races, it's got quarterback very quickly too.
Yeah, I don't know how many races are left, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hope we have to maintain it.
Well, there should be 3 races left. So you've got Britain next, then Belgium, and then Australia, rounding out the season finale. So 3 to go. Anything can happen, I suppose. But you're in the lead. You've taken it from Sir Joshi. Again, Sir Joshi had a very good race. Just was a bit unfortunate. He got jumped a little bit by Moggs, but he held in there, and then anything could have happened. But again, he fell away towards the end, unfortunately. But he could be back for the next race, so it's tight at that top. But well done, nonetheless, Dougie. Well done.
Thank you so much.
No worries. I think Moggs is our next one in here, is he? Moggs, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How you going?
Yeah, good.
Sweating?
Yeah, it's a bit hot.
Well, you stuck very close to Dougie. Did you think you would be that close?
First of all, congratulations to Dougie. He's a really good racer. He's really quick. I didn't think I would keep up with him at all, to be honest. I think he slowed down to get the fastest lap towards the end, but that kind of helped me out to get DRS to get away from Joshi, really. So I was kind of just fighting for P2 in that race.
Yeah. Well, it was a tough race because in the first 10 laps we had 3 safety cars, and obviously you got jumped by Sir Joshy in one of them, and then the second one you jumped Sir Joshy. But was there a chance to potentially go for that first, or was Dougie just that little bit too quick?
Just I think Dougie's just got the consistency to nail every single lap. I was making mistakes here and there, which I just kept losing time, so I just had to bring it back in and kind of focus on my own race instead of trying to catch him per se. But yeah, just holding on for second.
Well, I mean, that, as you said, that's a second place. I mean, your first race with us in Tier 1 was a third. Your second race with us is a second. Is a potential for a first place in the next round. You've gone higher, won every race so far, so could you snatch it first?
We'll just wait and find out.
Well, nonetheless, well done, Moggs, because that's a stellar achievement coming from Tier 2 and bolting into Tier 1, and out of your 2 races, you've been in the top 3 twice. So, well done.
Killing it.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you, guys.
Even even John Jang is up there, JD Sev up there, and Migs. I mean, unfortunately, he didn't have as good of a race as he thought he would, as we thought he would. But again, it's good to see that Tier 2 drivers coming through are up in the leaderboard in the top 10 for Tier 1, which is good to see. So
Good promotion, mate. Good promotion. You must feel like Lewis Hamilton. You can go for a negotiation on your contract now, get some more cash.
I think Dougie's the Lewis Hamilton here, so.
So, Chris, anyone else that's willing to join, or JD Sev?
I think that's it for tonight.
That's it. Well, thank you, gentlemen, Moggs and Doggy, for joining us in the commentary box. It's been a pleasure watching you race, because it was a very exciting race, and you guys put on a very entertaining show. So thank you so much, as well, for coming into the box too. So thank you.
Thank you.
No worries at all. And yeah, I think we'll call it a night from here. And Biggles, Chris, thank you so much for joining me in the commentary box again.
Thanks for having us.
That's all good.
Yep, anytime. Thank you.
No worries.
You're gonna fly me out, and make sure you take the chicken on the company jet, mate. It's delicious.
For sure. I think Dougie will join you on that company jet.
I think he's asleep already. Actually, he's really tired, but good on him. Still wins races when he's half asleep.
But that's what you want to be doing too. So, but nonetheless, pardon?
So it'd be not really. It's not easy waking up.
I must admit, because what time is the day for you? It'd be what, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning?
9:23 in the morning. Yeah.
So well done for getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning and putting.
Oh, you're talking about Dougie? I trumped you on that one. That's 4:23 a.m.
Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us, and Twitch and YouTube viewers, thank you so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed round 7 at the Italian Grand Prix for OCE Racing League 1. If you came in late, give the full race a watch, because it was very entertaining. And I'd also give OCE Racing League 2 a watch, which was earlier in the day. So again, very, very action-packed day for us commentators. A lot that was going on. So thank you so much for joining, and we see you next time. See you guys.
Ciao.